All right. Hello, everybody. Sorry for the delay. Welcome to the Speed Souls All Bosses Tournament 2018. Today we got Doodhandvleee versus kcsmurf, and I'm here with Ugert. What's up, Ugert?
Might help if my mic was unmuted. Not much. What's going on, DK?
Not too much, man. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning to all this wonderful chat. Should be an exciting race. This is the losers bracket. So either person who loses here today will be done and out of it. But the winner goes on to face Emery 22, I believe.
Yeah, I should actually probably pull up the bracket.
I'm pretty confident on that, but yeah. So as you can see, they're both picking up some blood vials here, and then they're gonna. Oh, it looks like Casey's going for the extra Molotovs. As Casey likes to call them, he calls them his peach mollies. But they're both gonna go up and take this lantern here, which will take them to the Hunter's Dream.
Yep, and today's race will actually be a BL4 race instead of a regular level up race that the tournament has normally been. We've had one other BL4 race so far. That was actually kcsmurf versus Ivan. I think that was in the second round. But BL4, basically, the runners will level up their weapon, which is where they get the primary source of their damage, but they won't level up any stats. So they're going to be running base stats the entire game. Definitely makes it much more challenging.
And as you can see here, they did the first glitch of the game, as it were. In the beginning, you're only supposed to be able to pick up a single weapon, but if you smash X enough, and I've never been able to pull this off, so DK might be able to explain this better than I can, but apparently if you just smash X enough, you can pick up a weapon and then go back and then pick up a second weapon.
Yeah, basically you just like run up a little before where the messengers are. You don't run up too far, and then you just, like you said, just keep spamming X, and you'll be able to pick up two weapons. I believe both runners will be doing source skip.
Yeah, I would imagine so. So what's going to happen here is you're going to see Dude kill a couple of these doggos just to not get mean by them. He's gonna jump up on here, and he's gonna jump for that. He's gonna jump for that fence. There it is, and it's loud. They're gonna try to jump for the fence, and they're gonna try to land on it, and then quit out. So if their feet, if their feet actually connect with it, and they land out when they jump back in, it'll put them on the fence, which saves about 40 seconds, I believe.
Yeah, about 40 seconds from running through the sewer itself. Very nice time save.
And that's a good, this is latest patch. This is, I think everybody plays latest patch. Yeah. And then Casey is just using an SSD. Does Dude use a PS4 Pro and SSD, or is it just SSD for?
I'm not actually sure if Dude has a. Oh, Dude gets the no-quit version this time. Nice, because I actually don't know if they would have gotten the skip had he not gotten the no-quit version. I'm not actually sure if Dude has a PS4 Pro. No, he has an SSD.
And one thing to talk about early on here too is, although they both have timers running, they really don't mean much because for Bloodborne they use in-game time because of load screens and everything else are not counted, and that makes a difference for SSD versus non-SSD and PS4 Pros and all that other stuff.
Both runners starting the first bit of the game. Connor Gascoigne, who is one of the most RNG heavy bosses in the game.
I can't talk much to the technical aspects of any of these bosses because I've only beaten them once or twice. But yeah, Gascoigne is a total pain, and what they're trying to do is obviously keep him staggered. But if they get
trying to prevent him from transforming to phase 2, they don't really want him to see what he just did on KC and actually grab his axe right there. It makes it very tough to deal with, but KC getting the backstab and getting a Molotov while he's backstabbed, so basically just skipping phase 2 altogether.
The other thing Casey did was he threw a Molotov cocktail as he was transforming, which actually did the damage twice to him. So once in the human form and then one in the beast form. That was a very nice fight from KC.
And Dude finished off Gascoigne as well. Nice fights on Gascoigne by both runners. Very clean.
So now they're going to be making their way towards the blood-starved beast, who I mean, there's a lot of bad bosses in this game. I mean, I still love the game, don't get me wrong, but
in the speedrunning aspect of it, yeah, there's a lot of bad bosses for sure. A lot of scary bosses.
He does a lot of poison damage, which in a casual playthrough even is just, you know, he's your second, potentially third boss in the game, and he just is brutal.
Yeah, 9 times out of 10 with the speedrun strats, PSP won't give you much of an issue when you're using the Pungent Blood Cocktails, because it's a blood-starved beast. You use a Pungent Blood Cocktail, subtract it to the blood cocktail for about, I think, 10 seconds or so, and you can just do free damage. Usually, there are times that she just ignores the cocktail and does what she wants, so I said about 9 times out of 10 you're fine.
And this area is probably the scariest in a lot of runs. This is a big run killer. Just all these dogs jumping around at you. As you can see, KC getting some nasty dog ass. Now he's gonna go talk to Wilhelm is his name?
Our buddy Alfred.
Alfred, that's it. He's got a whole quest that you can do and stuff, but they don't actually care about the quest. It's just talking to him is going to give you 3 fire papers, which are helpful against beasts.
Yeah, we'll be using them for the next 3 bosses.
Not other too much things going on here, except they're about to get into Old Yarnum, and there's 2 skips for Old Yarnum. There's I guess funnily named either old Yarnum skip or new Old Yarnum skip. And,
yeah, I'm not sure. I think Casey will probably be going for the safer version of the skip.
Yeah, I think
if you want to explain them.
Yeah, well, I'll do one and you can explain the other. So Casey will probably go for old Yarnum skip, which they're both time saves to be sure, but the old one is a little bit slower, but it is safer. Because what's basically happening is they're going out of bounds both times to get down further. But in doing so, you know, you've got a chance of fall damage and dying. Yeah, Casey's definitely going for old Yarnum.
Oh, Dude going for it as well.
So I don't even need to explain the other one.
Yeah, the other one is pretty precise for sure, and like you said, it's another place where a lot of runners reset. Just because it's not free.
So as you can see here, Casey's rolling onto this little ledge here, and now he's going to jump over that wall that he's not supposed to be able to, and he's down.
Dude gets it as well. Now they're going to run over here and pick up Beast Blood pellets, which is also another huge source of damage for the runners. We'll explain that in a second here when we get back to BSB.
Now it's just don't get memed by beasts until they make it to BSB.
Both got a good amount of health for this area though right now. Should be able to tank a hit. So coming into this fight, the runners are going to pop their fire paper, they're going to eat their Beast Blood pellet, and then they're going to throw Pungent Blood Cocktail into the corner. And they're going to do some R1s and some transform attacks, L1s, to build up their beast meter, you see. And once you see the beast meter get a little higher above their head, that's where their main source of damage comes from. They're just going to melt the boss. Oh, Casey getting the famous Hunter Scratch.
So the way beast meter works is the more attacks you do, and especially I think like the transform attacks build it up more.
Yeah, they build up so fast.
Yeah, so that meter is going to go up higher and higher. The higher it is, the more damage you do, but also the more damage you take. So, especially in a BL4 race like they are, it's going to be very, very brutal. One mistake could certainly mean a run killed.
Dude getting the double R2, the quick death animation for BSB, and uses Hunter Mark out. Next, we'll be coming up to Amelia.
They just use regular Hunter Mark?
Yeah, they use the regular hunter marks. I mean, blood echoes in this run especially doesn't really mean much at all
Right.
because it's BL4. So
So there's two different types of marks in this game. There's bold hunter marks and then the regular hunter mark. The regular hunter mark, both of them take you back to the last lantern you were at, but the bold keeps your echoes, which is like souls in Dark Souls, whereas the regular hunter's mark just gets rid of them all.
be going down to the old abandoned workshop now to pick up an item. I don't think they're actually gonna pick. Maybe they'll pick up the doll set.
The only reason I
I'm
think
not
they
sure if
would
they're
is
doing
to meme.
BL4.
Yeah, I don't think they do. Because so the doll set you can sell for 35,000 echoes, which early game is a lot and it adds up for some
Yeah,
history levels.
that's where you get the majority of your levels. Yeah. This dude not picking it up. Let's see. Is he
Yeah,
not picking it up either?
yeah, I wouldn't imagine so. But they did pick up the first third of the umbilical cord, and as Casey likes to joke about, there's actually 4/3 of the umbilical cord, but you only need 3. And
Yeah,
that's
I mean, to be honest, I'm pretty sure they call it just 1/3 as just like a little thing so the gamer in person knows like you have to eat 3 of them to unlock the final ending.
I completely
It
agree.
makes more
But,
sense to, but yeah,
yeah,
it's for whatever reason called 1/3 of the umbilical cord, even though there's 4.
and actually, like 2 of them are. I mean, that one's hard to find too, but one of them you have to do a pretty long quest for, and the other one, the other one they're gonna get, but it's if you didn't know to look there, it's not an easy thing to find at all.
Yeah.
So, Casey just did the ladder warp glitch. I don't know if Dude did it or not. Do you want to explain that?
I didn't see if he did it or anything, to be honest, but I assume he did. Yeah, basically, this is one of the real new, more frequent skips we found. Found by Dan Koister, I believe. And what it does is basically it saves your position on the ladder, so the runners are free to run around, do whatever. You're going to see them kill the boss, take a lantern. The only thing they can't do is going to another loading screen or a death screen. And once they quit out again, they'll be spawned back at that ladder. So instead of having to kill the boss and then run down that flight of stairs you saw him just run down, they can instead just grab the lantern here and quit out. And nice free time too. Amelia is one of those staged fights, so you're going to see the runners
That's what I was
stagger her
going to
limbs
ask.
consecutively. And
Is the strategy the same for BL4 versus just regular all bosses?
yeah, it's the same for BO4. I think it takes 1 extra hit. So like at the end, instead of doing an R1, L1, I think you're seeing them do 3 R1s or something, but it's the same.
But since she is a beast, all the beasts in this game, all their limbs can be staggered, so they have a very deliberate pattern that they're going through to keep her from attacking.
No, maybe 2 if you actually hits them. But, yeah. You see dude quitting out. He did the ladder warp. He'll spawn back in at the ladder. In case he does the same. So yeah, the runner is pretty much on the same pace. I mean, few seconds difference, but in a run like this, those few seconds can change at any point. So
Well,
really
and
neck and neck.
to remember too, Casey got the quit out version of Sewer Skip, whereas
Yeah,
Dude got the YOLO. So like that's 20-30 seconds of loading screen that Casey is actually ahead by there too. So it's really
true.
hard to
And
tell.
yeah, Casey. No, I'd say Casey is ahead right now, just because Casey did actually get Sewer Skip first try, as where dude got it. He missed it the first try. He missed it the no quit out version of the first try. Missed it the second try, and then the third try he got it. No quit out. So. It's probably only like a 10-second difference, if anything. Picking up the first twin Bloodstone shards of the game, and Bloodstone shards are what we'll be using to level up our weapon throughout the entire game. There's 4 sets of different shards. First ones are Bloodstone shards, level up the weapon to +3. Twin Stone shards, +3 to +6. Bloodstone chucks, +6 to +9. Then a Blood Rock for +10.
They're definitely gonna pick up the Blood Rock, right, and not buy it.
No, I assume they're probably gonna buy it.
Okay. So there's only, in base game before DLC, there's only 2 blood rocks in the entire game. One of them you pick up and one you use insight for.
Yes.
We haven't really talked about insight, but basically by exploring the world more, fighting bosses, and then there's a single item that gives you insight, and you can spend those to buy extra items, and I think it also makes the game harder at some points as well. I'm not too sure about that though. DK would be able to better talk about that.
Oh, having more insight. Not sure. It makes your beast meter smaller. Like above your head, you'll see the less insight they have, the larger beast meter they'll have. The more insight they'll have, the smaller the meter will be. So that puts into effect. I'm not sure how much it really affects the bosses, if it affects them at all. So level up our weapon to +4, put in our first 2 gems of the game, and they're headed off to Cathedral Ward, where we'll have a staged death to transport us to Yarhagul. Go off and do Parl. Good Bagman RNG for D.
That's another funny one. Because the Bagman can be very difficult. What they do there, the first thing they, as Casey just did, you can see that he tapped his health, so his health went down, but it gave him 5 extra Quicksilver bullets. But if you die, you lose those, whereas regular Quicksilver bullets, you don't. And then
get more Flintstone shards.
Yeah, those enemies drop shards just like any of the old Dark Souls games, having the Titanite lizards. Dudes into the
Parl,
fight
another staged fight where the old runners will be breaking the limbs over and over to stagger them consistently.
It took me forever to find this boss, like, the first time I played this.
I actually found them pretty quickly because I died to one of the Bagmans, like, pretty early on, like, after doing DSP. I had no idea, and, like, I woke up in that jail. Dude, waking up in that jail your first time in a casual playthrough, oh my god, terrifying.
Again, it's another beast, so they're just constantly going for limb saggers. Good fights from both of our enemies.
Very nice fight. And now that we killed Parl, you'll see the runner's going to go to the shop, the Bath Messengers, and they're going to buy some bolt paper now. Head off to everybody's favorite area in the game next, Forbidden Woods. Go and fight shadows.
This is people. I mean, we've talked about a lot of like run killer areas so far, but basically, a lot of runners, I think, view shadows as the gate for a good run or a decent run. Because basically, if you die to shadows, it's like a 3-minute run back or something close to 3 minutes to fight them again.
It's ridiculous. It's such a time loss. It's not only just such a time loss, it's just that it's so demotivating as well. Like, mentally, you're just like, I kind of doesn't want to continue.
And it's not a easy fight either, because with shadows, you're actually fighting 3 different bosses. Dude getting, I don't remember what skip this is called, Forbidden Wood skip, probably.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah. One of them are more friendly skips in the game. All you do, hug the wall and jump up.
And it just
Very
skips
easy to execute.
a good
Such
portion.
A large area, yeah. Very nice, very nice. And free.
And then they pick up more beast blood pellets.
That could be a problem too here on the bridge. The snake guy, dude gets by him nice.
I think somebody in the tournament has died to him at least once.
Yeah. He can do an instant charge attack with his hand, and when you're running, you take counter damage, and at that health, you're just done. Casey gets quite nice as well. Grabbing some more Twin Bloodstone shards.
This whole area it's very easy to get lost in. There's like just no, nice easy path to shadows. And there is one shortcut, but even then it's still like a minute and a half run back, I think, each time.
Yeah, it's still very long.
Just no bueno.
Okay, here we go. Dude is approaching shadows. Gonna heal himself to get full health, and you'll see when he does that, he'll get another little symbol above the bolt paper. It's an extra buff on himself. When he has full health, he gets an extra bonus % damage. So very important to go into fights with full health when you have that early gem on.
Like I said, so shadows, there's 3 of them here.
Nice touch. That's not the opening you want for Dude. The mace guy giving him the melee RNG, swinging hard at him again.
So you've got one guy wielding a katana, you've got one guy with a mace and like he just candle, and he just kind of spits fire at you, and then there's the last guy who just throws fireballs constantly. So generally what they try to do is they try to get the fireball thrower down first, because he is the hardest to deal with. Yeah, it looks like they're both getting some bad RNG going on here.
Yeah, what you're hoping for is that the guy with the mace will just throw some fireballs at you, kind of be passive. The guy with the candlestick will just breathe some fire at you and be passive. But when the guy with the mace is going melee, and the guy with the candlestick is going melee at you as well, it just turns the fight so scary, because one hit of counter damage, 2 hits, tops, you're dead. But Dude, cleaning him up nicely. KC.
So having some problems. And then after they kill the first guy, they, like, these snakes burst out of their faces. I don't know what they are. And they do more.
Yeah.
Yeah, their attacks, both of these guys' attacks get crazy range.
Yeah, you see them stretch Armstrong in them.
Yeah. And then when they kill the third one, or the second one, the last guy does have the ability to... Oh, Casey dying. That's... Like I said, that's a huge time loss.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, very, very, very bad. But Dude will be making his way to Ram now. It's basically one boss right after the other.
Yeah, Bergenworth, a very small area, and another easy. Well, I'd say Lunarium Q skip is one of the more user-friendly skip. Not the no quit out version, but the quit out version, the setup version. That's pretty user-friendly for Lunarium Q skip.
Is Dude going back to Hunter's Dream?
Yeah, BL4, they're gonna go out. They're gonna go back and they're gonna +6 their weapon first.
Oh, makes sense.
Just because they don't have the stats and it's like strength and skill to really be able to stagger round. So they want to get their +6 before they do round. Casey asked him to grab the extra pellets first, which I think is a very good idea. I'm not sure if he's gonna go. Yeah, he's probably gonna go and pull the lever now. Get some of the later running out of the way now. Maybe he'll just go.
Yeah, I'm not. It's kind of hard to tell. I can't tell exactly where he's at right now.
Yeah, he's gonna grab the blue elixirs here, and then I believe he's gonna run through ones.
So what Dude's gonna do here is he's gonna use this bug to try to jump off of his tail, and over the railing, which will put him right into the Rom fight. It saves a couple minutes. Like we were saying, Bergenworth is a very small area. Basically, you go inside that building, go up to the top of it, get a key, and then go through a door. But let's say it's probably 2 minutes, I would say.
I'm not sure exactly how much time it saves, but I mean, it saves you the headache of for sure of dealing with that choir member up there.
And that hunter too.
Dude getting a skip nicely.
Oh yeah, Casey's taking my favorite ladder already. So what he's doing is he's gonna get the Canehurst summons and another piece of the umbilical cord, right?
No, he can't do that yet because you actually have to kill Ram before that triggers. So what he's gonna do is he's just gonna pull the lever and open up the gate.
Oh, gotcha.
And then that way, after he does that, he can just take the lantern from the clinic instead of having to run through the Forbidden Woods. So just getting some of the later game running out of the way now, so he doesn't have to do it later, since he decided to go to the woods and pick up those extra pellets, which I think is a good call. I think it was a smart play.
Yeah, absolutely.
He gets those safety pellets now, just in case any other memes happen or something like that.
Why is he doing no damage?
He's punching the head, but just to build up a little bit of
Oh,
beast meter before he decides to engage on Ram.
right. And he's gonna go into it.
Oh,
He
he
didn't get
did
it.
actually mismanages his stamina, so he doesn't have enough to do a charge dart too. Gonna see a little phase 2 Ram now.
So what he's trying to do there is he's trying to charge R2 to prevent Rom from warping, to get some more damage on Rom. But now he's more than likely going to have to start dealing with spiders because they're just too brutal in BL4 too.
So the idea of the Ram fight is, yeah, you engage Ram in phase 1 and you stagger her out of her teleport while she's going into phase 2. So then by the time she teleports finally, she's already into phase 3 and she only has a couple hits left. So you run up to her while she's teleporting and you just get a free couple hits and she's dead. But dude actually mismanaged his stamina, so saw phase 2 of Ram, hit a very high health bar, and this is the result of that. Cleans it up nicely.
Yeah, still finish it off. You gotta still be careful though, because those spiders can kill a few seconds afterwards.
Yeah, and Ram has some one-shots she can do for you as well.
And he didn't get the insta warp, so he's got to run to this woman here, who I believe is Murgo's mom, but lore.
Yeah, she is. Queen Yarnum.
Queen Yarnum. Casey is making his way back to Shadows. And Dude will be heading to One Reborn.
Yeah,
who I think
stop on the way and grab a key to Upper Cathedral and a couple more Bloodstone chunks to upgrade his weapon a little more as well. And then off to One Reborn. Ooh, his headband. I'm not gonna say anything actually until he's past this area.
Both of them. Sounds good.
Just because everybody knows. Anybody who's been watching knows, so.
The key that he's going to pick up, he needs in order to do 2 optional bosses. So in the game, you wouldn't need this key, but since this is all bosses...
Not only does the 2 optional bosses up there, but he also gets an item up there that is very important for the run. He gets the Cosmic Eye Watcher badge, which allows him to buy Beast Blood pellets from the Insight shop.
Whoa.
And Beast Blood pellets, like I said, obviously are a big source of the damage, which is why you saw Casey opting to run through the Forbidden Woods and pick up those extra Beast Blood pellets earlier. Casey taking that one down. Oh, getting the backstep counter damage. Nice.
Yeah, that was a good hit. So Dude, sorry, I'm distracted by this fight. But Dude is doing
Yargle skip?
Yeah, the Yargle skip here. Basically just using a charged R2 gets him through the gate, and then he's able to fall down. And it saves quite a bit of time because this area is huge. I mean, all the skips that they're doing skip basically the entire area.
Casey cleaning up the second shadow nicely, getting a nice clutch parry on him. And now he's just going to dance a little bit with this third one, R1 him down, and...
He's like, yeah, not going to waste a blood pellet on it, Beast Blood pellet.
Nah, not worth it, yeah. Can be a little slower, but... And GG, Casey, getting shadows. Second try. Yeah, he had some really unfortunate RNG to shadows. They were just being Probably hired meme lords. Dude picking up another bloodstone gem. He's gonna socket that into his weapon in a little bit.
Is that one of the 18% attacks?
15%? I don't even know the gems, yeah. But I believe that's the 15%.
I'm not the one who runs this game.
I mean, hey man, I know the items to use, and I know the items to pick up, and I know some lore. That's about it. And I know how to copycat strats.
So dude is in the One Reborn fight now. And along the top there are 6 Bell Maidens who will be shooting fireballs down at them the entire time. This is just a very, like, anything could go wrong here. He's such a meme lord of a boss. And he's trying to go for staggers. Yeah, he's going to try to stagger as best as he can, and then get
Reborn, not a beast boss technically, but has limbs that you can stagger if Reborn decides to stagger. So far so good.
Yeah, I think he's got this.
Only 2 more hits.
Yeah.
GG, dude. Cleans up Reborn nicely. KC making his way around. Doesn't get the no quit out version, so he'll have to quit out and do the skip again. This is BL4, yes.
And even though Casey did die to shadows, you know, they still got quite a few bosses to go yet, and anything can definitely still happen.
Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely not over by any means. It's a long race. And in BL4, the DLC is honestly like, I think, where both of these runners know where the most can go wrong. So
all of the bosses in the DLC are super brutal BL4. Dude just made his way through Lecture Hall. He'll be coming back there, so he took the lamp because he needs to get back there for Amy G. But right
and
now,
everybody's favorite skip. But we'll talk about that skip later.
Yeah. Right now he's in Nightmare Mensis, where he will be heading for Mikolash and then Blood Nurse.
Oh god. Dude, waiting maybe just like a second too long and getting a jump attack from the Silver Beast there. It was scary. But rolls out of the way nicely. Picks up some more Bloodstone chunks. Not getting a chase. Gonna have to be a little careful with the lantern. KC cleaning up some spiders that round. Getting the butt blast.
Alright, let's see if Casey gets this stagger off. It looks like dude is upgrading his weapon some more. Does that take him to +9 or maybe +8?
I think +8 right now. KC getting a stagger off, and I say C. Round's health now. She's gonna go straight into phase 3 and probably about 2 hits.
Oh. Do you lose his beast meter though?
Yeah, that's beast meter. 3 hits though. Got the bolt paper still. Very nice round play from KC, and gets the insta teleport. So saving some time there, whereas dude had to run a bit. So making up some time.
Yep. Like I said, he's not out of it, but dude is doing a very good job right now. He's maintaining a very good pace.
Yeah, dude's on a really nice run. But KC going to do what dude did a couple minutes ago and pick up the Upper Cathedral Ward key. And then do the Yargul skip.
Dude is through the worst of this area, I would say. He's just got to get past this hunter.
Just get past Edgar. Edgar the spy.
And then he will be picking up some blue elixirs. You want to explain what these blue elixirs do?
Yeah, he's gonna pick up the safety beast blood pellet first, actually. Nice little pickup, but the blue elixirs. Oh, Edgar comes back. The blue elixirs, basically, they don't make you invisible to enemies, but They make it so enemies don't detect you right away. It takes them about like a second or two longer to react to you, so it makes running past some areas a lot less scary and pretty much free, to be honest. So, very nice item to have, especially in a BL4 run. But you use it in the regular run as well. Very useful.
I'm guessing he's probably gonna get the elevator.
No.
Oh no.
He knows he's on a pretty good run right now, so I'm kind of expecting Dude to just go full YOLO.
And I mean, speaking of Dude, he went total meme lord last time, correct? That was Dude that went with the whole
Yeah.
accident.
Basically getting the YOLO version of Yargle skit. Very nice time save.
So now, Dude is in the Mikolash fight, and this part here, there's different nationality RNGs, and this is what American RNG that he just got.
I believe. I don't know. No. Did he go down? No, he goes down. I think it turns around. Oh, maybe they call it.
They need to get Mikolash into that room, because otherwise they can't actually fight him. So they get him into the room, and then they start attacking these puppets out here just so that they don't get attacked by them. And then they're just gonna, you know, attack him as best as they can. He's got one attack, and that's that Mike Tyson punch.
He does the tentacle in phase 1, and then yeah, phase 2 he's got a couple other things he can do, but his AI gets pretty derpy sometimes. So
yeah, especially since they're
I think Dude's shown his AI off a little bit, just waiting, like, do something, please, me.
But they get
American RNG is where he turns around and runs down the. He turns around and runs down the stairs. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, got it. But they get him to half health. They're gonna go pick up some blood shards here, or blood chunks maybe at this point.
Blood chunks, yeah.
And now they're gonna go. He's gonna go finish up the fight.
Casey just entered one reborn. Getting the leg block. Maybe the stagger. At the stagger, nice.
Like I said, though, those fireballs,
they do
quite a bit of damage.
Fireballs, and Reborn has a couple different versions of the corpse drop, corpse explosion he can do. So it makes it very scary. Sometimes he'll just drop it down on your head, in case you get somebody nice stagger. And other times he'll just like explode it like literally on one of his limbs, so it's hard to dodge all of them.
So Dude did the drop down attack onto Mikolash to get Mikolash to stay out of this room. He was trying to fight him outside of this room, and he got it. But the puppet attacked him, and he was down to basically no health, so he still had to fight him in this room. In fighting in here, they've got to wait for this gate to open, and it's slower, and it just more running and stuff.
Did he run straight to the room though with Mikolash, or did he have to run all the way around? I missed it.
Yeah, he ran into the room with Mikolash.
Okay.
He had him blocked at the door, but the puppet, literally, he had no health left. I was very shocked he stayed alive.
So not as big of a time loss since he got right into the room with him, but still probably like a good 15-20 seconds.
Yeah, and I mean, not dying is the important part there, because that would have been quite a time loss to run all the way back.
Especially without the elevator. Casey had a really nice Yargle segment. Both these runners, I'm glad to say, get through Yargle. One reborn deathless. One reborn, I think, 16 tournament kills so far, maybe more. He has been not friendly.
Yeah, I think he's definitely killed the most. So Dude here, he's going to get the blood rock that takes you up to a +10 weapon.
But I'm not sure if he's grabbing that yet. He's gonna grab the gem for sure.
Gem for sure. Oh, that's right. Yeah, because we said they're gonna buy it with Insight.
Yeah.
My bad. But these enemies here that he's running into, they frenzy. And what happens is if that frenzy gets full, it just takes out a huge chunk of your health. And I think at BL4 it might insta kill you.
I don't think it insta kills you. I think you can still like take a little bit of health, but it's real close. If you're not full health, I think it'll kill you for sure. Dude grabbing the gem and getting out of there. No problem.
Well, we got a minute of downtime. I'm just, both these runners are very good. Go follow them. I don't know their places on Speed Souls or anything like that, but they're both very talented runners. Um, go give them a follow. DK2, he's another good runner. They all deserve it. So
He'll
yeah,
give you good
just
to follow. He doesn't run Bloodborne, but he does some really good variety streaming stuff.
I don't do shit. Wait, I'm sorry. I didn't say
Oh, sure.
yeah, there's just one death so far. Overall, it's a very good race so far.
Yeah, very. I mean, dying to shadows is just something that happens to everybody. Like it's just something you can't always avoid.
So, dude here, he used that blue elixir that we were talking about, so that he can run past these pigs. He will still aggro them, as you can see,
yeah, the
like,
last gem of the game he'll be picking up.
um, and newbie. If you talk to newbie, he would tell you don't need to do it at all. And there's like a sure way of getting past all these guys, but I think the safety thing is just use blue elixir there.
Yeah, it's super free, and there's really no reason not to.
Yep. So he is entering the what nurse fight.
Wetner's not a particularly hard boss, but in terms of a speed run, she can give you a lot of bad RNG or good RNG that determines really the fight. So, dealing with the bad RNG, you're not necessarily going to die, but it's just going to make the fight 10 times slower. A lot of slash attacks, a lot of teleports and spins. Really just want to stay behind her like you see Dude doing and just go to town. R1, L1s to build up your meter, and then just R1s over. She's dead.
And after you get her to 30%, after you get her to 70% health, she at any point has the ability to take you into a nightmare phase, which is basically 40 seconds of avoiding attacks. It's a huge time loss.
Yep.
I think the worst we saw was she teleported 3 times during the race and gave somebody nightmare phase.
But Dude gets a really nice fight on Nurse.
Yeah, very nice
Very
fight.
clean. Very, very clean.
Casey's now in Miko. The other fun thing about Wet Nurse is you have to sit there and wait for the baby to stop crying, so that's why Dude's doing nothing.
The Nightmare Slaying phase. Why Casey is taking care of phase 1 Miko, I just want to take a second to give Speed Souls a shout out for putting this together and hosting this for us. And Newbie Source Specs as well for really making this tournament happen. Speed Souls, such a great community. There's a Discord for Speed Souls. If you have interest in this game or any Souls game that you'd like to learn. I mean, I can't tell you how much these guys helped me out when I first started. People like Dude, Addy, Newbie. So definitely give them a follow. And a shout out to Speed Gaming as well for hosting this on their channel. Casey takes care of Miko Phase 1 nicely.
So,
Casey can get the block.
We can actually talk about it this time. So as you can see, Miko's going to be in this room down here. Casey's going to, jump to go ahead of him, block him in the door here. And then after a couple of seconds, his AI will freak out enough to where he stops running in the room.
Yeah, just 2 ways enough to build up his stamina and then do some R1s on him. That prevents him from going into the room and misses an attack, but no problem. Dodges and very clean Mikolash fight from Casey. Very nice, very nice.
And so now Dude is going back and doing what Casey did after he died to Shadows. Which is going up that ridiculously long ladder that I love so much. And then he's going to get the Canehurst summons. And then he will also get the second third of the umbilical cord. No, the third, because he got the second from Wet Nurse.
Yep, so he's got 2. He's gonna go grab the last one he needs. Not a whole lot going on in this area, just a lot of running.
Seriously,
a little downtime for the runners, a little bit of a breather.
Let's talk about how ridiculously long this ladder is.
And you get 3 of them like back to back to back. It's great. Get these 2, and then after that you get the 3rd one.
Ooh, Casey getting some unfortunate. Oh, so yeah, so as you can see there, the frenzy didn't kill him, but it takes a large portion of health.
Dude, just healing again real quick, just in case this brain sucker behind them decides to give him an instant attack or something. Say probably about, like, again, 90% of the time running through there, you're fine. But every once in a while, regardless if you grab that Madman's Knowledge or not that he stopped to grab, you can skip it, and that brain sucker can still meet you at the ladder and hit you. Okay, so he puts his gem in, and he's off to Wet Nurse.
Oops, sorry about that.
No problem, man.
Just telling me to take my medicine, you know. So here, dude is gonna kill this person here to get that last third of the umbilical cord we were talking about. He had already picked up the Kane Summons, which he needs to fight a single boss.
Fake Yosefka, which, for the record, is not pregnant, despite what everybody says. She's not pregnant.
Pregnant.
I mean, I don't know any pregnant lady that gives birth in that position. Just saying.
I don't even have a response to that.
Alright, KC pops the blue elixir and runs past the pigs and shadows. He's about to start Wet Nurse.
Dude doing some more maintenance, and now he's gonna go back to the lecture hall, where he's going to do the lecture hall skip, which is everybody's favorite skip of all time. You want to explain it?
Yeah, basically he's gonna run along the wall and use that little corner of the little edge sticking out to catapult himself over the railing, and he does it 3rd try. Very nice. It's not a huge time save, but if you don't get it within like 3 or 4 tries, you lose time. So it's pretty risky to go for, because it's not super consistent. There's no real setup for it. It's just you kind of get it or you don't. And
from what I understand, I think it's first try saves about 15 seconds, and then after the 3rd try, you're not saving any time at all. You start losing time. Casey so far has got a very nice Wet Nurse fight. Do you want to explain the skip?
Yeah, so basically, one of the newer skips again found, dude turning around and doing a gesture, and when he's doing that gesture, he sits down. There's actually a little rock, or a little edge that protrudes out, going down from the elevator right there, so he'll clip that rock, and then he'll come back and he'll spawn. He'll actually be on that rock, while he'll fall down onto the elevator in the bottom. And instead of taking lethal fall damage, like normally you would, from dropping down from a distance like that, he won't, and he'll roll away. And that saves a ton of time.
Yeah, this whole area, there's a lot of, I mean, they're playing offline, so there's not really any PvP chance, but there's a lot of poison, there's a lot of guys everywhere. So dude is going into Amy G fight. I'm not going to try to pronounce it because everybody always argues about how you pronounce it.
Yeah, and BL4 strat a little more scary than the regular all bosses. They do the older strat, which you have to R1 the head on a very timing based pattern. Dude gets it nicely, but definitely not nearly as free as the regular all bosses strat.
Still, I mean, especially the damage, considering that they're on BL4, the damage that he just did is quite insane.
Yeah, very insane damage.
But both runners have successfully made it past all the any percent bosses. So
Was that first try? Was that first try electro health skip
yeah,
for
that was
Casey?
first try.
Beautiful.
That's his favorite skip. Casey has said multiple times that he loves that skip.
I mean, honestly, it's when you get lecture hall skip first or like even second try, it's very satisfying.
Yeah, but let's get some GGs in for both of them. They've both made it 9 bosses already, and then dude just finished his 10th. So yeah, let's get some GGs for both of them. They're both doing really well.
Yeah, and Casey has made up honestly a lot of time on these segments with really nice skips. He's got YOLO Yargle skip and a very nice One Reborn segment.
And
he had
he's
a very
also
nice Mikolash, considering I think Mikolash gave him double bad RNG.
he also
He had
did.
a nice wet nurse fight and first try lecture hall skip, so making up a lot of good time.
Yeah. So no, dude is going back into the first area of the game. He'll be fighting what is definitely the hardest boss for them, which is Cleric Beast. This boss is, a lot of people don't realize you can skip it at the very beginning of the game. It's normally what you run into first in a casual playthrough. Casey getting that skip there, that MEG skip.
Yep. As you saw, Casey was like actually spawned into the rock that time, which is could be a little nerve-wracking. As a runner, you don't really want to see yourself spawned in like that. You want to just see yourself instantly drop down, because you can clip out of bounds and actually die. So, but he gets to skip nicely, and he's sorry, AMG as well.
Dude, 6 hits from dude. Yeah, 6 hits from dude, and Cleric Beast is dead.
1, 2, 3. Gets the stagger nicely. Makes the head drop down. And GG Casey.
Very nice fight. And now I'm guessing Casey will be heading to go pick up the last third of the umbilical cord in the Canehurst summons.
Yeah, he'll either go straight to Cleric Beast first and then do that, or he'll do that first and then go to Cleric Beast.
I see Chad agreeing with me that Cleric Beast is a very hard boss fight, so I just thank you for confirming what I already knew.
There's a reason why we waited to go back to him until 15 minutes.
So dude is making his way up this healing church here. The key that he picked up before, he's going to be using that now to go fight celestial emissaries.
Yep. Well, he's got to do another skip first, but an emissary, and emissary can be one of those bosses where they don't look like much, and especially when you see them, if you watch speedruns. I mean, again, most of the time, speedrunners don't really have a problem with them, but always that one out of 10 times or something. It just takes 1 or 2 hits, and
yeah, these guys
really destroy you. So
these guys on the bridge here can actually be a problem. That's why dude was ready to quit out, because they have killed I think a couple of runners so far.
in case you're picking up the Canehurst summons to access another optional area that we'll go to later in the run as well. This guy in the blocking the door too. Yep, gets the instant attack. Dude rolls it nicely.
So at the beginning of the game, we talked about how they could pick up 2 weapons. They picked up the second weapon, the threaded cane here, for this 1 door skip right here. So what they did was they used it to get this guy to come towards the door so that they can attack him through the door and pick up a key. That skips a lot of this area as well.
Yeah, and running through the upper cathedral ward, if you've done it casually, you can know all the brain suckers in there. It can be pretty terrifying. So, yep, they use the threaded cane, aggro the brain sucker to the door, kill him, and then they get the orphanage key. Very clean skip from Dude. Can a little RNG dependent. I mean, it is pretty consistent now. You hit the brain sucker, I think, in a correct spot, then usually.
There are times though that it just doesn't want to come towards the door.
And just do a magic AoE spam at you, and you can't hit him. So Dude, yep, opens the orphanage door, and he's about to start Emissary. And KC, meanwhile, picked up the 1/3 cord, and the canner summons, and he's going to fire cheese.
So you'll see he's attacking, and the boss's health is not going down. It's because only one of these is actually the actual boss. Looks to be that last one right here, who's jumping away quite nicely.
Yep, the classic backstep.
And at some point he'll start transforming, but normally, oh, he actually made it up. I don't know if BL4 it's a bigger issue or not, but not really a hard fight, I don't think.
I think in BL4, yeah, you do see the exclusive hit or two. I'm sure just don't know if we ever found Ligarius. Still not sure, newbie. We're still not sure. This might be today. Today might be the day we finally find Ligarius.
So, Dude, nice fight from Casey, first of all, for Cleric Beast there. But Dude is making his way right into the next boss, which is Ebrietas. Do you want to kind of go over the strat here?
Yeah, I'm not too sure if it's different from the regular strat, so we'll have to see. But normally, in the regular, all bosses are Ebrietas. This is another boss where you just limb stagger to death. Which I assume they're probably going to do the same. Yep, he built it as beast meter. Yep, staggers, and he's going to go for a head stagger, I believe. Okay. Yeah, so BL4, I think you just have to deal with a little bit of RNG. Gets another stagger, and then gets the head stagger.
A lot of things.
That's going to trigger her in to go to phase 2. She's going to drop her head down, and he's just going to be able to pick it up.
Yeah. Getting that meter north on.
That's the last boss for Dude before the DLC now. So he's going to mark back, go to the Cathedral Ward, and trigger the DLC cutscene. No, I didn't know he got the Cathedral Ward right there.
Yeah, I think he did as a safety thing.
That's smart. Like you said, a couple runners died on the bridge because of those church servants there, so it's not a bad lantern to do.
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't think it loses that much time. I think it's like 15 seconds.
Yeah, it loses more RTA than IGT.
Right.
It's not a big deal. In case he following suit, he's going to the cathedral now. Waits for the guys on the bridge to shoot their guns because sometimes they time it very precisely to where you run out the doorway and you just get blasted in the face, so very smartly waits a second until he knows he hears the gunshots and he can run by safely.
So this is another, like, it looks like a death, but not really. He just gets crushed by another Amy G that takes him into the Hunter's Nightmare here.
Yeah.
Casey using a blue elixir there, I think. Definitely, yeah, also taking the lamp. Again, it's just, that's such a run back. If you die to either of those bosses, it's a huge pain.
In a normal run, I don't think they would do it, but in a tournament setting, it's a little safer than sorry.
Especially BL4. There's so much that can go wrong.
Yep, Casey getting an instant tackle. Well, getting hit, oh man. Oh, it's a good thing he got the lamp.
Yeah, this is exactly why you get the lamp for that.
Both runners actually, yeah, getting the instant attack from that church servant with the scythe. He can do one of two things. He can either do the instant attack like that, Sometimes you'll see runners try to parry him. Other times you'll see him just try to dodge. Or he can do where he just points his finger at you. You just hit him a couple times. Unfortunate, but got the lamp, so probably only about 15 seconds.
Yeah, much better than running all the way back from Cathedral.
Oh yeah, there's the classic finger point. Oh wow.
Did he beast meter on that?
Yeah, he usually will use a pellet for the orphanage key skip, so he's using his pellet in preparation of that and building up beast meter because of the finger point because of it, but unfortunately the church servant just lived with a little bit of health and
So
he took damage.
Dude is in the Hunter's Nightmare here, and you know, obviously in speedruns you try to skip a lot of things here, but there's so many actual hunters and dogs and stuff. This area, this whole area leading up to Ludwig is a very brutal area.
The church servant deciding to die on the same number of attacks and the exact same rotation that time from KC. Just Bloodborne being Bloodborne. KC skip very nicely.
So that flaming beast that you saw on Dude's screen a moment ago, he's not gonna fight that guy now because he needs another part of it. But don't worry, there will be a boss fight there.
Yep. Just a bunch of running now from Dude. Got a little bit of RNG to deal with. But...
There's still one very scary part through here. There's a part where he's gonna blue elixir and try to get through like a bunch of hunters and dogs and other stuff. So as you can see, he's blue elixir.
KC about to start the emissary fight.
This is another place where people were dying a lot, especially here. So he's gonna climb up this ladder. He's definitely gonna get hit at least once. This hunter is a problem. It's if he shoots a second time that he really becomes a huge issue. But Dude got it.
Yeah, I've even seen him do 3 gunshots in a row actually, and sometimes it can kill you depending on how much health you're running. Other times it just depletes your stamina, so it can knock you off the ladder.
Casey with the nice fight though, and Dude is heading into Ludwig. He didn't grab the lamb.
He did not grab the lamp, so this could be, yeah.
If he dies here, it's definitely not a good one. I would say this is like the second longest run back in the game.
Oh, it's the stagger, nice. And BL4, and the normal all bosses are out. Again, we have the stats to where, again, the fight is pretty much 100% every single time, other than in phase 2. You got to deal with a little bit of RNG. And BL4, since you don't have those stats, you have to deal with a lot more RNG. So it becomes instead of a stage fight, much more skill based.
Getting him to phase 2 though. He's hoping for a sword plunge attack right out of the gate there, where he just drops it right into the ground.
Okay, so he's staggering with his head. Gets it down, gonna trigger the phase 2 now, and should be able to get him on the other side.
Both people at Meter North right now.
Sorry, KC, I missed you. Finishes off Hebrietta's very nicely, and KC going to be heading into the DLC.
Dude, yeah, Ludwig.
Skipping the lantern and it pays off.
Yeah, so can we get some GGs for both these guys? They're both doing excellent. You know, Casey getting memed by the dude a couple times, but still not a huge time loss.
Still anybody's race for sure. KC on his heels. Dude entering the research hall, which can be also one of those pretty scary areas, especially in BO4, I want to say, because you just have no health. And when you're running full speed and one of these patients here decides to attack you, the counter damage is just unreal.
I think especially, like, there's a lot of these patients, like, there'll be one right before the ladder that I think has killed a couple people in this race already. It's just, it is in such a spot that you can't get past it.
Yeah, dude doing a quit out there, you see, so he can come back into the game, and it's kind of a little AI freeze. The enemies will reset their position and be frozen for like half a second or so. Lets him run by, climb up the ladder nice and safe.
This is a very cool area overall. You'll see dude's gonna get to the top here and he's gonna push a lever, and this whole staircase rotates around. Ooh, almost died there.
Deciding not to shoot the guy in the wheelchair.
So this is the one I was talking about here. That patient can really mess you up.
You see, he doesn't even want to deal with it. He uses a blue elixir.
But once he gets to this staircase switched over, he'll be doing another 2 bosses back to back.
Drop down now. Make his way to living failures.
This boss, again, I'm not a strat expert or anything, but I'm pretty sure that in BL4 they go for the failure on the left. So he's gonna kill this one. Ooh. Yeah, so he's gonna come over here and kill this one as it's coming up, and he should get it into a cycle that he can just keep killing that one. Ooh, getting some nasty magic there.
Yeah.
KC making it into Larry Boy's room.
Yep. I'm gonna pick up the eye pendant.
Which they need in order to get to Ludwig, correct?
They needed to get to the research hall. It activates the elevator after Ludwig.
Oh, okay. Ooh. Getting some meteors.
Some meteors, but he's in a very nice spot behind the tree now. And those meteors aren't really too big of an issue.
Yeah.
1 or 2 more hits.
Very nice fight from dude.
Finishes off failures.
Scary start, but managed to recover nicely. Oh, not going for the lamp?
He might grab it after. He did the quit out, just to keep his. Oh no, did he pop another beast pellet? I don't think he did.
Yeah, he still had beast meters. So
okay.
when he quits out, when he quits out, it resets the beast meter time, which I think is like 60 seconds. So he gets basically another free beast blood pellet out of it, since he's going right into the Maria fight.
Yeah, he'll still have to use a beast blood pellet, so it'll still use his inventory. But you see, yeah, his meter stays the same above his head, so the meter will slowly drain down over the next 60 seconds. So he'll start to fight with Maria.
Nope, he didn't go. Did not go for that lamp.
No lantern. He's going YOLO. He's done a really good run, so maybe TB pace for dude.
Yeah, I am not sure. Let's see what his PB even is. It's like they've got this thing called the internet.
It's the hyperplays from Maria. Backs off and heals smartly. KC now, almost to Ludwig. It's a parry on Maria too, that's nice.
Dude's in-game, he's second place with a 116.47, and Casey's is a 123.09.
Casey taking the lantern before Ludwig. It's a good call.
Yeah, definitely a good
Very
safety
long
thing.
run back. Yeah.
It's loses about, I would say, 10 seconds, maybe 15.
Dude getting Maria into phase 3 now, and you see a couple more hits he needs. Phase 3 is definitely the scariest. She's got blood and fire on her weapon. It's a beautiful backstab that closes it off.
Very nice fight from Dude.
Maria, Dude's the Maria god. BL4. The way he fights Maria is just unbelievable.
Yeah, Maria has lasting hitboxes, which can definitely do some serious damage, but Dude isn't even phased by that.
We're jumping up now. You're gonna see KC go full sprint. Make sure he dodges.
Oof. That was very lucky there.
Dodge, yes. Yeah, it's a weird attack when Logan does that one. He gets Ludwig in the face too.
Dude is making his way through a fishing hamlet and to arguably the hardest boss in the game, I think.
The Orphan is Casey getting a nice stagger on Ludwig. Uses another pellet.
Gonna finish this off nicely, I think.
Nice stagger. Couple hits. Finishes off Ludwig. Very nice fight from KC. Very nice.
Let's get some GGs in there. I didn't see Dude buy knives. So with knives
you can... came before Orphan. Very good call. I don't think he bought knives.
I don't think he did either.
Oh, he did. He did.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Alright.
So Dude will be doing the RPGs. Very good for BL4. Very consistent.
You want to explain this again?
Fighting BL4 Orphan. Yeah, so what he's doing now is a slope put out. What he did is he jumped into like the rocks right there, and it slides him down to what would be the death box, and or where he would take lethal fall damage and allow him to spawn back in out of bounds. And again, just skips a significant part of the map instead of having to run all the way through the hamlet. Spawns down, you see he can now jump up, and he's going to clip through a wall, which is going to drop him right down by the elevator, right near the boss door.
I'm surprised that he went for the lantern if he's got the knives to cheese Orphan.
Yeah, at this point, I mean, since he didn't get any other lanterns in that DLC, I'm kind of surprised he took it as well. But maybe he's just not super comfortable with the cheese. Or just in case.
He's going to stagger him, he's going to throw a knife, and that just stuns Orphan for a few hits, and then he repeats the process. I think it's any thrown item works to stun him, but the poison knives are the most consistent. Because like you can use pebbles, yeah, but it's just not the same timing at all. As you can see, there's not a whole lot to this fight when you're cheesing. Not a bad thing though. I think it saves like 11 seconds total or something like that, or can save.
I just want to say, like, noting, you see his beast meter in this paper just ran out now, but you saw before, that was a full minute worth of damage with the full beast blood pellet meter and bolt paper, and just how much health Orphan still had left. Like, fighting Orphan BL4 legit in a run would just... There's just way too much RNG you'd have to deal with. So, very nice, very clean from Dude.
Also, if you notice, just as a little fun fact there, Orphan looking at Orphan, he still stands there. He doesn't actually like have any dying animation because he never made it to phase 2, and they never programmed in him not dying in phase 1. Casey pretty much done with this whole area here.
I'm just gonna pull the lever now, and we'll push the lever now. Have his head down the failures as well. Yeah, dude's had some really clean fights. Oh, dude. Dude just, being dude. Oh no, Casey.
No, that's gonna cause Casey some time, unfortunately.
I'm not sure exactly what happened.
I think he just didn't have enough health there.
Hopefully the animation finished, maybe, and the elevator will be pulled for him, and he won't have to push the lever again.
Yeah, I think it was done.
See. We'll see on the spawn here, and
yeah.
So that's good at least. He has the animation done, so he can just go up this elevator now and pretty much done straight to the boss fight. So a little bit of a time loss again, but the main thing is that he does not have to pull that lever again. And get some extra beast blood pellets out of it too. And Doodhandvleee is gonna pick up Lawrence's skull.
Which Casey did already. Casey prefers to do it before he fights the failures.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea to grab it early on, especially in a tournament setting. If you're planning on grabbing like some safety lanterns and stuff, just get it out of the way. That way, you just don't have to worry about going back.
But dude is making his way to the last DLC boss, which is Lawrence.
Basically getting a second parry on the failure, very nice.
Ooh, Casey going for the right one. But he's got a nice pattern going here.
Yep, missed him.
Getting some meteors.
Yeah, they're raining down some meteors now, but again, he's in a pretty good spot behind that tree, so he shouldn't really have to worry too much about no meteors bothering him. Finishes off. One more hit. GG. Very nice.
Yep. And again, he's gonna do the same thing. I think that he's gonna hit the lantern though, yeah, and then he's gonna quit it out. Like I said, to reset that timer.
Dude, back where we started the DLC, heading up to Lawrence. Who I would say probably is the scariest boss of the DLC, maybe. For BL4.
For BL4, yeah, I could see that, especially since he's got no cheese like Orphan does.
Well, there was I think a couple of strats for BL4 recently that had made Lawrence a little bit more consistent for these runners, but I don't run BL4 myself, so I don't really know too much about the BL4 run in terms of how it is to see. Just one shot done from Lawrence right there.
That's dude's first death this run.
Just getting the Hyper Poison Maria opener. Dodges it very nicely though. We're going into phase 2 now. Oh, Casey gets a beautiful parry. That triggers phase 3.
At least dying to Lawrence isn't a crazy loss of time. I mean, you know, no death is a good death, but dying to Ludwig or Shadows is definitely worse.
KC with a beautiful Maria fight. It's a beautiful parry, and then he backs off. It's another beautiful backstab on Maria to end it.
Very nice fight.
Dude starting Lawrence again. There you go, against the arm stagger. I'm just like, because like Lawrence and all the regular all bosses route is honestly like super consistent. Like as long as you, no, not even, you can miss the opening stagger and still be fine. Lawrence is pretty much free in the regular all bosses route, to be honest, now at this point with the strats. BL4, I'm just not sure as much, you see. I think dude knows this fight really, really well.
Yeah, I
watched KC fight Lawrence not too long ago with a torch.
Oh,
and he did it. He beat Lawrence with just a torch, and then I was watching dude do it not too long after as well. So. Both these runners know the Lawrence fight very, very well. Obviously, Lawrence is the phase 3 now for dude. Should be no problem.
Yeah, he's got this. Very nice second attempt from dude there. I was gonna say first try just as a meme, but
KC making his way through the hamlet now. Probably grab the Orphan Lantern as well.
Yeah, I don't think that, because KC really does not like Orphan. My guess is he doesn't do it.
I will say he was practicing Orphan, like when I saw him, he was practicing Orphan legit before the race, so.
Yeah. Casey does not, he likes to bully people into not doing Orphan cheese.
Performs the same slope put out that dude did earlier. Yeah. Spawn him back in out of bounds and allow him to skip most of the area. Right outside the boss gate. Dude, now done with the DLC on the home stretch of this run. A few bosses left. 4 more. Gonna make his way to Hemwick Charnel Lane. Go to the Wishes of Hemwick. No PB jump. Feels bad, dude.
Witches is another incredibly hard fight this late in the game.
Yeah, that's why we wait so long, for sure. I mean, you just want to make sure you can handle them. So we like to wait an hour into the run before going to Witches. AC fighting Orphan, legit.
This is an exciting fight to watch. Casey does a really nice job of it. Ooh, missing that hit.
Yeah, you're getting a little bit of bad RNG from Orphan. You don't really want Orphan to do that little slow run at you where he's not really doing anything. He's just running at you for a couple seconds. So just to jump over him.
Yeah, because that's where you get the nice backstabs out of it.
That's a good attack to get. He's at the health point now where he can try to go for jump bait if you want. Oh, he is.
Yeah. I think it's 50% is like pretty much a guaranteed transformation there.
Not guaranteed, but more likely.
Can we get some Meter Norris in chat for KC?
Nice backstab.
Seriously, after me spending 6 hours casually on this, KC just making it look like nothing.
GG, KC. Didn't want to say nothing. GG.
Very nice fight.
Try Orphan BL4 legit. Beautiful fight.
Casey's gonna head back as well.
Orphan Phase 2 is just like the scariest thing in the world.
And dude is into the witches fight as soon as he gets to this bottom of the stairs here. This one I would say, like, I really enjoy the idea of this fight, but it wasn't difficult, even casually.
It feels a little just thrown together to me.
So, I mean, it takes no real work to kill the first witch, and then there's a second witch hiding normally back here somewhere. He's got to worry about these little shadows here.
Smartly rolls away. He has seen the fate of past runners.
Makes it through the gate nicely. Now he'll be going for Logarius, using that Canehurst summon that they picked up before.
Yep, now that the Witches of Hemlock are dead, and he has the Canehurst summons, he can trigger the little, I guess, horse and buggy thing that takes you to Canehurst. Casey with one boss left in the DLC.
Yep. Right at Lawrence here. Oof. That axe guy. No fun.
No.
I love Canehurst. Like, it's a very beautiful area. The one thing, like, it feels very weird going into it without, like, you know, trying to find Logarius. It's very hard. Yeah,
like, when you don't know what's up with the area, like, I really enjoyed it casually. I mean, in terms of speedrunning, it's not too, you're getting some better, and Chief the Bloodlifter too, there. Just gonna jump on the door. It's not hard to run through, obviously. I mean, Logarius can be kind of annoying in the speedrun. That's really the only downfall. Casey getting grabbed and smartly quits out. That's just, it's good reaction time right there. Instead of taking the death, he'll quit out, start the boss fight over again, but he'll spawn right outside the fog gate with his beast meter as well. So we'll start the fight with full beast meter. And won't have to run back from the lantern.
It's a good reaction. But he does start with Lawrence aggro. Not that it makes much of a difference on Lawrence, I don't think.
It's a little bit of a timing difference, but if you've done it, I mean, if you've practiced it a couple times, going through the fog gate like that, you can get the time again. Not super different.
Dude going for my favorite skip here. It's not really much of a skip at all, but basically, instead of running around through the stuff, you can run up these stairs and jump over this bookshelf, and then get to that switch, which saves, I would say, probably a minute or two.
Oh, for sure. Honestly, like, I don't even remember how to run through Canehurst normally without using that little jump right there. Dude, making his way up the roofs of Canehurst. Almost Allegarius.
This is the part I was really confused by.
Phase 3. Oh, the rooftops. Well, it's such a makeshift route.
Yeah, you don't expect to be going that way.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Casey getting some Michael Phelps RNG. And dude is now into the Logarius fight here. And GG to Casey. So now Casey will be heading to Witches as well. Ooh.
And that's the number one reason why Logarius can be just so annoying in speedruns, that attack. Sometimes it's hard to predict, and I mean, dodging it is sometimes impossible. Depending on what's happening, so.
I don't
Very
think Dude
unfortunate.
got the shortcut either.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think he did.
So that's quite a long run back. Oh yeah.
That's very unfortunate.
But like we said before, especially at BL4, anything can happen to most of these bosses.
Yeah, that's just a one-shot counter damage. There's nothing you can do. Again, 4 bosses left for KC now. 3 bosses left for Dude. So I want to just take a second to give Speed Souls another shout out for putting this tournament together. A huge shout out to Nubosaurus Rex for setting this whole tournament up and making this happen. And a big thanks to Speed Gaming for hosting it on their channel. I think we've been on every Speed Gaming channel so far.
Yeah, we have definitely run the gambit. And again, shout out to both of these guys. You guys just saw Casey fight Orphan legit with a BL4 like crazy no hit run, and Dude has been doing some amazing fights too. So give them both a follow. DK, you were in the race, right? Or in the tournament, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Did you? I forget. Did you die? Are you out already?
Yeah, I'm done. I got knocked out. I suffered to Reborn one too many times.
That's right. Yeah, that was the Reborn. There's so many good. Like, I mean, with only 14 people, it's still been a very busy tournament.
It's Bloodborne is a very, very difficult game to run, and these guys doing it at BL4, it's such an incredible feat. So definitely give them a follow.
Yeah, and give DK a follow too. He is good at this game, even though he's out of the tournament already. He still does what very few people can do, and he is entertaining to watch as well, as long as he's got his mic on, which is.
Oh, thanks, man. Which is few and far in between.
Yeah, and he's sick today too, and he's still commentating. I was joking yesterday with him, saying that that I better not be commentating by myself.
Nah, I wasn't gonna do that to you.
Oh, appreciate it. So, Dude, about to make it for round 2 against Ligarius.
Casey climbing the ladder on those 2 witches. A lot of ladders in Bloodborne, so.
Gotta love the ladders. They're my favorite. So there's one of 2 openers they can get from Ligarius, right?
Yeah, he'll do either what he just did to Dude for the second time, or what he was going to do to Dude right afterwards, where he puts his scythe in the ground like that, and a big AoE of magic comes down from the sky.
You want to explain this fight a little bit more? Because, I mean...
Essentially, okay, so once you saw Ligarius put his scythe in the ground like that and kind of stand still, he was charging up to go into phase 2. So you saw Dude get behind him, do a backstab to prevent him from going into phase 2. To start the fight, essentially, they just want to build up some beast meter, so they come in, do some R1, L1s, maybe just some R1s, and it's really just dodging that AoE insta-cast magic attack. That's really what Ligarius is you pray for you don't get that attack.
But he made it a nice second attempt there. Casey just finished off witches nicely. So Dude is going into the last 2 bosses of the game. Both of these are actually considered optional bosses, but since this is all bosses, they have to do them both. The first one here is going to be Gehrman. So in the game, there's 3 different endings. The first ending is you submit your life to Gehrman after you beat the Wet Nurse. The second ending is you kill Gehrman, but then the next boss, the Moon Presence, you submit your life to the Moon Presence. The third ending, which they're going to be getting, is they're going to kill Gehrman, and then they're going to kill the Moon Presence as well.
So the Gehrman fight, again, a bit of RNG involved. BL4 strat's a little different from the regular all-boss strats, but you're going to see mostly go for parries and transform attacks to build up his meter. Try to get him down to where he's... Ooh, I saw a little bit of lag there, and I just came back and Dude was dead.
Yeah, I honestly didn't see what happened. It was just frozen there.
Yeah.
But deaths here are not. I mean, it's you start right back there, so it's not.
If I understand, so yeah, not a huge. I mean, obviously at this point in the run, you don't want to take a death, but not a huge time loss. Pop some blood bullets into his leg. Let's see. It's a +5 little red there now. There's, I think, 8 total. Kind of hard to see, but just wants to be sure he has enough bullets to parry Gehrman. So what he's going to do is he's going to dodge his first attack, and then he's going to shoot the follow-up. Well, he's going to give him a charge attack, so he's going to parry the first attack. Now you're going to see he's going to dodge, parry the follow-up, and just do some element attacks to build up some beast meter. Until eventually he gets down to transforming into phase 2. He's going to start charging up soon.
Casey on his way.
Sherman getting a little gun happy.
Just
charging up. Dude's gonna go for a backstab now.
Just to clarify again, although this is an all bosses tournament, Dude and KC before the race agreed to do blood level 4, which again is not leveling up at all. So just keep that in mind. So even though they are still doing all the bosses, but they've got the added challenge of not leveling up.
Yeah. Gets the backstab, double backstab. A parry to close it.
Yeah, very nice. Second fight against Gehrman. And from what I understand, I've beaten Moon Presence once, but from what I understand, it's a very easy, pretty consistent thing to do.
Yeah, for the most part, it's a pretty easy fight, but there's definitely parts where she can go meme mode and not do some things you're expecting, right? Give you some weird attacks. I don't know. Be super aggressive, but dude gets a nice limb stagger. Now he's probably gonna go for a head stagger. Moon Presence gonna drain his HP down to 1. Once she does that, you got like 15 seconds or so, or something like that. Just kind of attack or do whatever.
KC making his way into Ligarius now.
And if you get like caught out like in a bad position with Moon Presence and she's doing like a little walking combo, it can be right there.
And now he just has to make sure he doesn't quit out too early.
Dude. Finishes off Moon Presence nicely. Next there gets the blood echoes and he quits out. Very nice time from Dude. GG.
Dude is all done. We'll see his time in a second here, but let's get some GGs for Dude, but let's keep it going for Casey as well, because Casey's on the final 2 bosses. He's right. All in all, it's a very close race for both of them. 1:25:30 is what I'm seeing here, which is a very respectable pace.
1:25:30, very nice run. BL4 in a tournament setting, it's a very, very nice run. See if we can get both these guys in here for an interview after to get a couple words about the run.
And again, this is in-game time, so while it is likely that Dude did win, Casey did have more quit-outs overall, I think. So, you know, just keep that in mind.
We'll still have to see. Casey on the last 2 bosses now, so... Gets the opening parry against Gehrman. It's another follow-up parry. Couple L1s. Ooh, Gehrman not giving him some follow-ups.
Not giving him the parries that he needs.
And sometimes Gehrman can do that to you as well. Be a little bit of a memer. Not give you any follow-ups to parry.
And as you can see, Casey took the blood bullets too because he's running low.
Oh my god, I hate that. Garen's gun should not do that much damage ever. Like, I've had that happen in the runs, and I've seen other people have that happen to runs. That's so unfortunate.
Yeah, it's a very unfortunate thing.
Gunshot and yeah, just the counter damage just ends unfortunate, but pop some more blood bullets. And restart the Gammon fight. Get his revenge now.
If you've got them, let's see some Hunter Pugs in chat for Casey. Gotta find mine somewhere.
It's to follow up that timing right there. Ooh. Very nice.
Still retard.
Oh no, that's unfortunate as well. Casey going for the backstab, he gets the instant transform. Garamon.
At this point, he can't be. What's the word for it?
Staggered. He can still be staggered, but he has like hyper poise basically.
Yeah, hyper poise. That's what it is. No, Casey is already on the losers bracket, so Casey will be out after this, and Dude will be facing off against Emery. But that doesn't mean that we shouldn't still give it up for Casey, because he's still doing very well. You know, they didn't have to do BL4, and he has done surprisingly well for all the BL4 memes that he's gotten.
Yeah. Casey finishes off Gammon now and starts the last fight in prisons.
Yeah. Casey's on the last boss. Let's see some good luck, some GGs, whatever you want to throw in there.
It's a nice head stagger. Gonna go for an arm stagger now, build up some more meters. Jeez. One presence just does not want to give him a second stagger. Here we go. Gets another stagger. 1, 2, move presence stop.
And very nice fight from KC. Let's see some GGs. Let's get it going for him and get it going for Dude. Both of them did very, very well. I saw a question asked when the next race was. It is tomorrow at 8 a.m. Eastern time.
Who's racing tomorrow?
Who is racing tomorrow is a good question. It's D Planet versus ENSG Master. A 1:30:21. So again, you know, only a few minutes apart with the deaths that Casey had. Both
I think we're gonna get
yeah, hopefully they come up. There's Dude.
Yeah. I think both these guys are gonna come here and say a couple things. Hey, what's up, dude?
Hey guys.
GG. Very nice run.
Dude.
Thanks.
How do you feel it went for you?
I'm honestly not happy with the run.
Not happy? What aren't you happy about? What went wrong that you wanted to go better?
I messed up on Lawrence really bad, messed up on Logarius. I got kinda unlucky on Logarius, but I could have still survived it, but I YOLO'd it instead. And I died twice to German, but I wasn't paying any attention.
Yeah, we didn't see what actually happened in the first death on Gammon because like the stream glitched out, like it froze. Like as soon as you died, the stream froze. We were like, oh, like you came back and you're
Go
dead.
to the safe file.
But nah, man. I mean, 125 is still a really good run. I mean,
Yeah.
Other than those few couple mishaps.
Especially since Bulgarius. I mean, that was a total meme death. Like, I'm sure there was something you could do, but it was such bad RNG.
Dodging that into skull attack is a pain to me.
Like he wasn't doing anything.
Hey guys.
I dodged into him and he instantly did the skull attack. I should have dodged backwards. But I knew that you could do that explosion, but I didn't really care.
GG, dude.
Hey, very nice run from Casey as well.
These guys.
That was a lot of fun, honestly.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I want to say, dude, got obviously 125. Still, Casey 130.21, almost sub 90 BL4 in a tournament setting. It was a very, very impressive run, especially having to deal with some of the memes you took early game.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, Diving the Shadows just like sometimes when you go for the opener, you want to hit two of them at once, you know. But as soon as I did the R1 L1, like they all three separated, so it was just a cluster, you know what, from the get go. And I tried to play it slow. I even popped a second pellet, but still crappy. But you know what? I didn't die to any other boss besides Gammon and Shadows. I was really worried about Lawrence. I fought Orphan legit just because I had the broadcast up, so I saw how far ahead dude was, so I just said screw it and no hit Orphan.
Did you buy poison knives or no?
Yeah, I had them. If we were close,
I didn't see if you bought them or not.
Yeah. But yeah, so it was fun. It was a fun tournament, man. I've commented on a bunch of races. I've watched all of them, and congrats to dude. Honestly, dude is one of my main mans here on Twitch. I'm super happy for him.
To be able to do a almost sub 90, like literally 20 seconds off from a sub 90 in a tournament setting, and then for, like I said, dude, a 125 in a tournament setting for BL4 is absolutely incredible. So follow these guys, definitely. And again, just want to say huge thanks to Speed Souls for putting this all together, and Nubasaurus Rex for setting this all up, making this tournament happen.
Yeah, Casey, one thing I wanted to say was I was really impressed by your Lawrence quit out. Like, you were about to die there.
Dude, I swear to God, his grab hitbox. Like, I was stood just far enough away to where I could punish his hands. And somehow I got grabbed, so I was like, man, I gotta quit out. Like, I'm not gonna run back here.
Yeah. Very, very heads up play.
Yeah, dude.
Right there.
Dude doing all the yellow strats, too. Like, not taking the lamp before Ludwig, taking the lamp before Maria.
Can I actually ask you, dude, what were you thinking? Because, like, you didn't take any lanterns in the DLC. Like, you didn't take the lantern before Ludwig. You didn't get the skull early. So then, like, after that, I was really surprised to see you take the Orphan Lantern. Were you doing that just because, like, you weren't super comfortable with the cheese? Or, like...
Yeah, I'm really uncomfortable with the cheese.
Yeah, and, I figured, because you usually fight them legit.
That's one thing you can easily die.
Let me say this, guys. For as much as dude speedruns, he also does really, really hard challenge runs. So I knew he wasn't going to take the Ludwig lamp. Check out dude's some of dude's videos on his YouTube and such. This dude, minimum level, maximum new game. He does no roll, all sorts of crazy stuff. So I was kind of hoping he died to Ludwig, honestly, to give me a chance to catch up. But I knew there was no way in hell dude was going to die to Ludwig. It just wasn't going to happen.
Also, I mean, but to be fair though, Casey, you also do some crazy things. We were talking about it when you just finished a torch-only run.
Yeah, all bosses torch-only. 34-minute Lawrence fight. Yeah, I had a lot of fun in this tournament. Thanks to DK and Uger for commentating. Congrats again to Dude. I'm really excited for Dude versus Emery. They have really close times.
It's going to be a good one.
And I think, what's tomorrow? D-Planet versus ENSG?
Yep.
Yeah, tomorrow at, what, 8 a.m.?
8 a.m.
The French versus the Dutch luck. So
I don't think it's posted what... Yeah, it doesn't say what channel we're on yet. So just keep an eye out on it. But it'll be nice and early in the morning tomorrow.
Good way to start your Sunday.
No major skips. Nice. Emery and Dude are going to be doing DS3. No major skips for the Bloodborne All Bosses tournament. Ray Dimitri strats.
Is there anything else you wanted to say, Dude?
Nah, not really.
How about you, Casey?
Just once world record.
I actually saved my splits. I was
Are you gonna-
behind my splits by like 15 minutes, and I still saved them. And now
Are
my
you gonna
splits are messed up.
Are you gonna submit this run to EMP?
Tomorrow is Saturday. Wow.
So
feels
minutes
bad, man.
again
I
is
don't even know the days of the week.
Guinness World Record, yeah. Alright, well, thank you guys. Congrats again, dude.
So, I
Again,
just want to say
Later.
that how sick I am. I think tomorrow is Sunday, and I commentated.
but shout outs
guys.
to Dude and to KC again. You know, give them both a follow. Give DK a follow. He's also another good runner at this game. He's got some unlucky things in the tournament, but go follow him as well. And also special shout outs to Newbie, who again, without him, we wouldn't be having a tournament at all.
Yeah, exactly. And follow you good as well. Like I said, he does a lot of cool variety stuff. Doesn't do much Bloodborne speedrunning, but maybe if we bully him enough into it, we could get a new runner.
Casey did make me a guide on how to speedrun it, so maybe someday.
Good. All right, guys. Thanks for watching, everybody. Again, thanks to Speed Souls for setting this tournament up, and like you said, to Newbie Source Rex. So
And
have a good Friday.
Thank you for commentating with me.
Yeah, thanks for commentating, man. It was nice. It was fun.
See you later.
Later, guys.